want any Smallville. I don't want to do this at all. What are we even doing here? Can we skip this episode? Stray was better. I'd rather a child be found and Martha hit somebody with the car than have to sit through this again.
Child abuse, dude.
So what? What is this? Elderly abuse? You went from child abuse to elderly abuse.
That's true. You don't like elderly abuse?
You know what?
You're not a fan?
It makes me a little bit happier, but not much more happier.
This, I mean, we're gonna have to figure out his villain name, because, I mean, are we gonna go with that? The title of the episode?
To be honest with you, I thought we'd call him Death. Death Touch?
Nah, I think just Death.
Just cool. Death.
Yeah.
See, and that's what I was hoping they would be able to call it, like, because it's titled Reaper. Obviously, with what we're gonna get into here, he is like Death. I just wish that they would have made him that Batman villain, Death. So then it would have been great, because there's even a series where it's like he has like the blade as like an arm, or it looks like, it's a hoe that he has that you cut down the weeds with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scythe, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he has that for an arm. It's like, just give me that. You have a villain in the DC universe, but once again, no. Because we can't make the guy too villainy. We have to make sure that he thinks he's saving people.
Yeah, he's like a nice Death. He's nice Death.
I want to kill you, but only if you want me to.
I'm not like a regular Death. I'm a cool Death.
I break all the rules.
So, welcome again to the Somebody Save Me podcast. We are here on episode, 17?
This is episode 17. We
Reaper.
are getting so close here to our cap of season 1.
Episode 17, Reaper. In season 1, of course. And basically, to sum up this a little bit on the premise, we got a new guy coming back to Smallville, his hometown, apparently. His name's Tyler. And
it's his hometown? Is that what it was?
It's his mom's, at least.
I didn't even know what the connection was to anything.
So, I'm pretty sure it would be technically his hometown if his mom is from there.
Did I mention I hate this episode? Have I mentioned that yet? I think I want to mention it again.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, God. This is 0 level for Taylor.
0? Yeah, maybe so. So, do you want to open us up here?
Fine. We are opening up to a woman in a hospital bed where a shadowy figure begins to walk up to her in a creepy way. Once again, this gave me the type of Jitters vibes where I thought that maybe...
That's exactly how Jitters started.
That's what I was going to say. Wasn't there a shadow
except it was
a baby?
It was a baby.
So again, we go from child abuse to elderly abuse.
He could have shook that baby.
But now we're getting the introduction of our main character, where he is filling it's a bracelet with kryptonite meteor inside of there. Joseph, this looks like a bracelet you would buy at the flea market for your grandmother. And yet he is wearing this as if it's a style.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me, as our style expert, what the hell is this?
Dude, he's trying to look edgy, bro. Yeah, real edgy.
Is that a brooch? Do you look edgy with the brooch?
It looked like he's going to a fake prom or something for superheroes. Maybe villains or something. Maybe a little small soiree. But yeah, so it's a guy hovering over a lady. You come to find out his name's Tyler. And this is his mother. She's on her deathbed, what it looks like. Yes?
Yes. And this is what we're now beginning to find out here of what exactly the premise of the episode is going to be. It's his mother now laying in bed saying, I missed you, Tyler. Oh, I missed you too. Did you get the postcards? Of course, I did not know that you would come. Do they even mention where Tyler came from?
So I'm saying, like...
Or he just popped out of nowhere.
Because this whole conversation leads into, of course, like, I miss you too, but hey, I'm suffering. Like, I want to die and I need your help.
But Joseph, as we're even getting into this, look, Tyler, I asked you to come home for a reason. I'm in so much... She is speaking full sentences. She doesn't look like she is really hesitating or mumbling or anything that you'd be like, okay, Mom, you're really going to go. He's not even talking to a doctor. It's his mom telling him that she's not okay, she's gonna die. Kill me.
I want to be buried back in Smallville, though.
But Tyler gets freaked out about this. He hasn't even heard this from a doctor. If your mother tells you this, wouldn't be like, Mom, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go check with the hospital first.
She just, I don't know. She just doesn't want to suffer, bro. Clearly, you're not gonna go to the doctor after this.
Why not?
I mean, what are you gonna do?
My mother says that she's in a lot of pain. Is she gonna die? That's what you say, and that's what you do. It's not very hard.
Look, dude. She asked him, I want you to kill me. Kill your mom.
So Tyler then goes outside to have a cigarette break real quick outside the door, where then he starts closing the door in a very creepy way.
Bro, he didn't even take that long to close the door, okay? He was contemplating the move right now, and the move is kill mom.
Okay, my move whenever I kill my mother is not, I'm gonna suffocate her with a pillow real quick. This is what I see in forensic files. Where did you ever think you would get away with this?
Yeah.
And also, the other side of it, too, is, well, my mother said it was okay. She looks completely
They
fine.
have heart monitors on her.
Like...
It's funny because, yeah, as he suffocates her, it's clear that he's just doing that, and you hear the fucking monitors going berserk. And so everyone runs in.
And he's just standing there being like, what? What did I do?
She told me to.
Why didn't you ask us first if she was going to make it or not?
Hey, doctor, can you assist with this suicide, please?
Like, can you help us if she's not going to make it?
She flatlines, dude.
And he's still going. He is still suffocating her. Once again, they're now getting security. He is shoved away. They can't believe. Why would he kill her? He's then fights with the security guard. I'm going to fall out
Throws himself out the window.
Thin glass window in a hospital.
Yeah, man.
Because people don't try to do this all the time.
Old people don't jump.
They would still not have that thin of a glass.
So yeah, Tyler falls out the window and
about
literally
a crazy ass cut
Yeah.
edit scene where just nope, going to the
he falls out the
forensic.
window and goes straight to the hospital. Tyler is technically dead. He's literally dead.
He's at the morgue.
Bye, Tyler.
And now,
Adios.
yeah, nice knowing you. And this guy just seems creepy.
Yeah, this guy enjoys his morgue job too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the mortician or doctor or
I don't know what it's called.
because they're doing the autopsy. So.
But now what we're figuring out here is what is the cause of what's his point here?
So yeah, showing Tyler's dead, but the kryptonite bracelet or the meteor rock bracelet, we should say. Kryptonite hasn't been called that yet. So
Yeah, get it together.
dude, next season. And so apparently the kryptonite's lodged into his body, his bone. What do you want to say? Like just straight in there?
Once again, this is so what they say, and spoiler alert, because they do explain what his power is, and I'm just going to go over it briefly. Because I had a real problem with just somebody sticking a meteor, jumping out a window, and then being like, look, I'm going to die, but I can come back because I put this rock into me. They said because of the painkillers he was on and the meteor rock being mixed together then caused him to come back to life. What painkillers was he on?
What are you talking about?
Chloe explains this.
Painkillers?
They said that's how he's able to come back to death, to come back alive.
Because he had painkillers in his system?
And kryptonite. I swear to God. We'll get into it. Again, I'll point it out to you when we get there.
Yeah, so once the rock is released out of the body, his body starts to glow green for a second. Looks like it's...
And it looks like the veins, which we've talked about before, around his neck and face.
Yeah, so autopsy guy's about to chop him up, and oh, guess what? Tyler's awake!
Boo! And now we're going to be getting into his ability, which, do you want to explain who he is, Joseph? Do you want to tell the audience?
Oh, yeah, so Tyler wakes up, touches him, like skin contact? He has to touch him with his hand.
I was going to say, did you want to call him by his
Dude,
name?
his name, it's Shigaraki, bro. Tomura Shigaraki, for all the My Hero Academia fans out there, okay? Tyler is Shigaraki.
What if they called him Tomura?
Tommy?
Best episode of all time?
What if they call him Tommy?
That would be crazy because then I would truly believe that My Hero stole it from Smallville. I already believe that they've stole... Because again, you and I have always thought like about superhero powers this. Some of these abilities we've seen in later stuff, and I'm beginning to believe Smallville was the originator.
I mean, everything takes inspiration from something, dude.
And Smallville was the one that everybody tries to take from, and they think nobody is going to notice, but we are the ones here to point
We're
this out.
dissecting this bit by bit. You won't get away.
My hero, screw you.
So,
By
yeah,
the way, I can't believe you think I'm a liar about the Chloe explanation with the PainKiller.
I didn't think you were
you
a
think
liar.
I'm a liar,
I did
dude.
not
you
think
just,
you were a
like,
liar.
hesitated, like, what are you talking about,
I was like,
dumbass?
what are you talking about?
See?
I was so lost in what you were talking about. I just needed clarification.
You know what? We're going to get that clarification.
All right, dude. Chill.
Son of a
defensive,
bitch.
bro.
Son of a bitch.
You need some water?
For this episode, no. I'm going straight vodka only.
All right, so that's fine. I get it. Yeah. But yeah, so Tyler basically killed the autopsy guy.
By just touching him,
And he just turned to dust. Or ash, yeah.
Ash.
He turned to ash. Reminds me of that War of the Worlds. Remember when they're just getting beamed up and Tom Cruise is just running through all the ash?
And all they're doing is just showing the imprint of their bodies.
Yeah.
Oh, and then his son turns out to be alive at the end and ruins the whole movie. Yeah, I remember War of the Worlds. Yeah, great movie. My God, I never want to watch that
Some shit
again.
bad.
God, so stupid.
And so basically Tyler leaves the mortuary.
Oh, I think he's a morgue. Is it mortician?
It's a morgue. It's a morgue, so it's a mortician, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what that dude would be, I guess.
Wait, is that what Morticia is based off of in Addams Family? Is that why she's called that?
Dead?
But yet it's because of that.
Probably that.
Oh, we're figuring things out.
Everyone's like, you dumbasses. Everyone's known that for years.
Yeah. Addams Family's been around for 60 years, you idiot.
You guys are nerds?
Wait, is that... We're not horror nerds.
Horror nerds?
Horror nerds.
Horror nerds. Nerd whores?
Can we just go back to Nicodemus?
Yeah, I don't know if anyone thought, we're on commercial break right now. This is why we were just going off on a weird tangent.
This episode has commercials. Stupid ass VHS.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And they're long commercials too, where we have to watch the previews for Seventh Heaven this upcoming Thursday.
Dude, Seventh Heaven, bro?
Yeah.
Dawson's Creek?
We're not allowed to speak about Seventh Heaven because, Dad.
What happened to the dad?
I think Dad is accused of things, right?
Who's not accused of things?
Whenever you were on a WB show, you're accused of things.
Oh, man, dude. You tread lightly saying something like that, Taylor, bro. You don't know if WB's listening.
So now we are opening back up after our commercial break here, where it's to the mobile meals. And this is where Martha and Clark are delivering some produce.
Notice the Mobile Meals icon or logo is two hands shaking.
Touching each other as if it was the theme of the episode.
Touch.
I have never seen Clark throw a bigger hissy fit than I have in this scene. Oh my, he is so pissed.
He's like, Mom, why do we have to hang around these old geezers?
Do you know that the entire drive, he is just bitching. I don't want to do this, Mom. This is and that's why when Martha gets out of the car, I'm sorry to cut in your busy social schedule.
He was pulling some Omni-Man shit here. He was like, God, they look so weak in there, Mom. Why am I here?
But it just reminds me of the Malcolm in the Middle, where he's saying, all right, do y'all want to help old people or poor people? And he's like, well, old people. They whisper in his ear, no, poor people, poor people.
Bro, yeah, he has Malcolm in the Middle vibes.
He does have Malcolm in the Middle vibes, where he wants nothing to do with these old folks. He is saying ew. He really is.
Yeah, Martha's like, get a grip.
Well, if you're a kid and you're having to go and do this when you're... Come on, this is a waste of my time. Mom, if I do this, I better be going to the Talon for a shake.
But you really think about it here, because as they're walking up here, he mentions that he's kind of grumpy or actually more frustrated about going on this fishing trip with John. Because apparently that's their tradition as a father-son thing. They go fishing. And Clark doesn't like it anymore because he's grown up.
All right. I'm going to give Clark the benefit of the doubt here. Only if he had something planned. It's the fact that Clark, if you don't have anything planned on the weekend, dude, just go and do it with your dad.
Yeah.
Like, I get if you're, like, wanting to hang out with your friends or if there's a party.
Like, what could you be doing?
Clark, you're only going to be working around the farm if you don't go.
Honestly, I mean, he'd have the excuse of this Tyler thing. Be like, Dad, I am too busy. There's some guy just killing people.
So this scene where Tyler then is shaking it, which they clearly show.
Yeah, so Tyler is now posing as... I think
he's not posing.
He's actually just using his real name.
Yeah. No. I think they know his family or his mom because, like what we talked about, his mother was from the town.
That's right. So he comes and works.
And is his name Marty? The store manager.
Mobile Meals owner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Comes out, has him introduced, where he's like, oh, Tyler's going to be able to help you guys out. What does he do?
I don't know. I guess just inventory stock? I mean, I assume
But what's with the old people? So am I supposed to believe that this is a produce store with old
maybe it's
retirement
produce and
home?
they get it, I guess, as groceries delivered to elderly people? Mobile Meals. I mean...
And Tyler... But the thing... Okay,
and I guess they maybe prepare it here and then go take it to the houses.
I would hope that's the case. The only thing, it's like they prepare it here, then they walk it next door. That's what I'm like.
Chopping it up, pulling some ratatouille.
So they're just chefs?
Maybe there's just ratatouille.
Retirement?
Yeah, ratatouille. Maybe Remy's back there or something. But I guess, after assuming they prepared the food, groceries, whatever, they go to one of the older women.
Mrs. Sykes.
Yeah, Sykes. Miss Sykes, whatever. And her really barky dog that Tyler's scared of. I don't know why.
He may have a thing. It's, he could be allergic. But his name is Pepper. Where they're like, come on, let's meet Mrs. Sykes. Don't worry, Pepper does this all the time. Good morning. How can we help you? I thought when Mrs. Sykes does this, and this is what I mean by he should be dead, where she starts like coughing, and whenever she looks at him, it looks like she's trying to have like a freak or a panic attack. He should have been dead. He should have been said like she's scared of him. Like in this scene. Like, what is this?
Yeah, oh, get my pills. Give me my pills.
Dude, you are just as bad as Clark
I'm
right
Clark
now.
right now.
You are so Clark.
Dude, get your pills.
I'm not reaching. It's 2 feet away.
Hey, you can get that. You have arms, right?
So they are now speaking about the flowers and how Tyler is, in some ways, this is why he throws me off.
He's trying to comfort them.
His whole purpose is so he thinks he's making it an easier bridge for them to be able to go into the afterlife.
Yeah.
AKA death, where he is leading them to it. It's just, he thinks that he can just judge somebody's suffering within the first 5 minutes of meeting them.
Yeah.
That's even including his mother.
He's like,
even if it's like not even a trait that changed.
Yeah.
His mother says kill me and he says okay.
Yeah, how is he treating, just random sick people on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Hey, do you need help dying? Oh, I heard you cough. Hey, are you okay?
Somebody
Do you have a family history?
By the way, in COVID, he would be the real killer.
Oh my god.
He would be going random.
COVID deaths? Yeah, that's him.
That's it.
Tyler Randall, whatever his name is.
Touch.
Touch?
Touch.
Damn, we got another touch guy.
Dude, we have another touch. He's better than Hug. I will give him that.
Mr. Touch.
See, Hug should have had his power. Ooh.
A full-on hug? Turn him into ash? No, I like just the skin contact, bro.
Skin contact is good.
Come on, man.
Now we are opening up to the next scene here where it's... Oh, and by the way, before we get to the next scene, Tyler said, I'll bring you a white rose. That's all that scene came up to be.
Oh, yeah. Well, Sykes loves white roses, so he said, I'll bring some later.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you're going to come back and kill me, pretty much.
Yeah, that was the hint at it. Because
Also,
he's like crying.
Was his eyes really like red from crying, or is he like red also because he's technically dead?
No, it's because he got into Clark's stash.
Damn, he works in the produce.
Yeah. Hey, we forgot.
And Clark, you want to go help chop up some green?
I need help. Can you help me?
Hey, Mom, I'll talk to you about the fish and chip later. So we go to the next scene at the mansion, Luther Mansion. We get introduced again to actually second appearance of this man, Dominic.
Okay.
This guy sucks.
I would kill this guy.
Yeah. I would kill him off top. He's already touching my pool
The
sticks.
moment that he arrived into my office, unannounced by the way.
Unannounced piece of shit.
The moment he comes into my office, I'm probably just going to murder him.
Oh, bro. Yeah, so Lex walks into here and just sees Dominic taking over his billiard table.
and Dominic, and this is why it's also strange to me. I get that Dominic works for Lionel. But Dominic just has like such a I have bigger balls than you, Lex. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What Dominic, where did this come from? Were you babysitting Lex at one point where you just think he's a little kid? Where is this confidence coming from?
Yeah, and I feel like it was a whole different vibe when he was first appeared because he just gave him like financial advice.
Exactly.
Or tried to give him, maybe pressed it too much, I don't know. But yeah, he treats him like a little baby.
Well, and Dominic is supposed to be here to treat him like a kid, where apparently there
Lionel
is missing money.
Lionel is performing a revenge audit. That's what he calls it.
And he wants to know where Lex was spending a certain amount of money. And Lex, I'm spending on cars, girls, cities,
lots of things. Doesn't he pay you?
Yeah, what are you looking into it? Well, there's a certain amount, Lex, that seems to be unaccounted for. And obviously, we already know where that money is going. Before you even say anything, I go, yeah, it's either Captain Slabs or that's research on Clark. Whichever one.
Probably.
And that's...
it's probably just random expenses. And it makes sense. I like how they still keep that continuity there a bit. You know what I mean? And I love what Lex talks about here, though. Talking about what my dad gave me on my 10th birthday? The copy of the Will to Power. And behold, the Superman.
Also, that's his second time that he has referenced that story. First time being in the first episode, if I remember correctly. But I also want to say, if that's what you're giving your 10-year-old kid, I think you have a problem.
Yeah.
And you're giving him quiz. Okay, are you wanting him? You're pretty much trying to set up Clockwork Orange. How can I make sure that my kid can turn out exactly like that man in the movie?
Dude, and it's funny because Lex realizes, like, yeah, you know how crazy my dad is. He gave me this book when I was 10.
And it's again going back to Dominic. Oh, yeah, thanks, Lex.
Thanks for the history lesson.
Yeah, I'll turn into the biography channel if I want to listen again. Bitch, where did you come from?
Yeah, dude.
Who are you?
And even Lex makes that cocky smile like, oh, you.
You don't even know what I'm about to do to you.
He's like, hey, I'm just telling you all this because you need to remember who I was raised by.
Well, and it's like what I mean. What do you think that it's a younger version of Lionel? So yeah, tread carefully.
He pulled that Walter White, bro.
He did.
He said, tread lightly.
You think he's got that blue magic?
Dude, oh, we talking about Frank Lucas now?
What?
So, next scene.
Okay,
Talon.
This is awful.
Talon!
This is awful. Joseph, what is Clark reading?
What is Clark reading?
He's reading a fishing magazine where he looks like he is studying it as if he has never gone fishing before. And I don't know if he's looking at the fish, if he's trying to get into it.
Well, he tells Lex what he's looking at.
No, he doesn't.
He does. Look, watch.
No, Lex says this looks like a real page turner, and he just says we're going on our annual fishing trip. He doesn't say why he's looking at it.
Oh. I thought he did.
So he's looking at it because they are going on their fishing trip, Joseph. Is that what you
Maybe he's looking for some new rods. Maybe some new bait.
Clark doesn't want to go.
Maybe new lures.
That doesn't make sense.
Maybe new lures on the market.
There's no new lures
That's
for
the
Clark.
Black Market Fishing Magazine in Smallville.
I hate Clark so much. What are you doing with this?
What if he's just high as shit? Just reading that like...
This is really funny though, and this is actually really nice. Because now Lex is bragging about himself. Where he is,
my dad went to South Africa before. Got down in a cage. Swam with some great whites.
Yeah, with my father, whenever you get to have that type of money, sometimes you just want to live on the edge, and sometimes you just need to rush because things seem too boring. Bro, you are bragging about yourself.
Yeah, even Clark's like, sounds like a Kodak moment.
Yeah, it sounds like that you had a really rough trip, ass.
And so, yeah, he's like, hey, so,
well,
why'd you go? Because he didn't think I would, though.
Yeah, and that's where even 15-year-old Lex has to do this.
Lionel is crazy.
Yeah, this is, again, Clockwork Orange all the way around. We're going to have to study him.
But so Lex, after obviously he hears that Clark doesn't want to go on this fishing trip, he offers him 2 box seats to the Sharks game.
Which we know from previous episodes, John loves to drink his beer and watch his football. So this is obviously a good idea.
Apparently he's a fan of the Sharks, too.
And I gotta say this. If it is truly just Clark and Clark and John going to the game and hanging out, why is that bad?
I don't get it either. But it's funny, when I was watching, I was like, John's going to immediately reject this.
Well, John, the moment I stopped.
I was like, as soon as Clark says, yeah, Lex looks, all right, I'm done.
But that's what I mean, and that John has mentioned, even when Nicodemus episode, he mentioned that that's supposed to bring out your inner urges, right?
Yeah.
So you do want to watch the football.
Yeah.
So your son inviting you...
Want to teach me to football?
So your son inviting you to a football game to watch it together is a father-son moment.
Dude, John doesn't care.
What the fuck am I missing?
I will do what I want to do.
This is ridiculous.
You said Lex Luthor, I'm out.
Who?
Martha. Get your son.
Martha, get the belt.
And so as they're finishing up their combo, Clark notices Lana, because he's always staring at Lana.
Always.
Notices she's crying. And apparently, Whitney's dad had another heart attack, bro.
Alright, thank God. We're about to wrap up that arc.
And so basically we go to commercial break after that.
So now I can discuss it in full. I'm so happy that arc is about to end with his father in this episode because...
Is it though?
No, it is. This is the last time we see him.
Damn.
Yeah, I already went there. I had to look it up because I was done with this. All I know is this is probably one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. We have talked about it with last episode where Lana looks at Clark and is like, you're my brother. Bro, break away from that. You need to run away. We're done.
Go to
in
Chloe,
this episode,
right?
He might as well have been her brother this episode. This is the most brotherly friend thing you could possibly do on planet Earth. He is taking no steps to try to do anything. This is one of the worst. If I saw a guy do this, dude, you're pathetic. This is sad.
It's like Pete.
No, Pete looks better than Clark.
Oh, no, dude.
When it comes to the ladies, Pete looks better than Clark right now.
It is true. But you already know my theory. He's gay.
That's not a theory. That's your hope.
No, it's fact.
No,
So
that's your hope.
No,
that's your hope that he is.
Why
We're
would
not
I
getting into this.
why-
We're not getting into
It would
this.
just explain things a lot better. I'm not hoping. You know, I'm rooting for my boy.
You're not rooting for you. Don't call him your boy. You don't like him.
I don't. I don't even know why I said that.
Exactly.
I'm out of my mind right
You're
now.
like disgusted right now by even having to say that.
I don't even know why I said his name.
So this is why this is also one of the greatest things.
So, alright, so we're back. We're back from commercial. We're opening up on the Kent barn, and basically someone is being unannounced for one, sneaking up on John, and as he's going blowtorch mode on a piece of metal.
What is he doing with that piece of metal?
I don't know. It looks like he's just cutting a little piece of there. I don't know, like, what he's actually doing. Maybe he's pretending.
This is why John is my favorite now. It's because he does anything he can to get out of work. Oh my God! Takes off the glass,
Whoa,
the
man.
gloves, the blows. He puts everything down. I'm done. I just gotta go back inside. I gotta take a break. Martha, you're never gonna believe this. So,
Some guy just walked in unannounced on me, so that was Dominic. Dominic just showed up and is basically asking John, hey, do you know by chance what's up with Lex's finances?
Once again, I'm gonna ask you this. Where does Dominic get off here? What are you even trying to do in this scene?
How does no one ever hear anyone pull up at this house?
Well, obviously they all use, what is it? What was the big car that was coming out here? The hybrids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big car. So that's why they're obviously driving up to this house. Oh, Lex also parks at the gate. That's explained.
No one's coming in after me.
What I am now getting into with Dominic is that he's explaining, well, just so that you know, Lex has been looking into your family after that crash. He has been putting money towards research.
Yeah, because he asked John first, like, tell me more about this crash. Because he wasn't going to reveal it, but he's like, well, why is it just nothing if he's going to be investigating this much?
Joseph, Dominic then looks at John. Oh, you didn't know? What do you mean they didn't know?
Of course.
They were the one that were being invested. What do you mean, Dominic? Where are you going with this?
Hey, I don't get it. Dominic's kind of an idiot.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, and where Jonathan even asked, well, what did Lex end up finding out? Dominic gives like some type of smile, like he thinks he can get away with. Blackmail was cooler than you, Dominic.
Was he?
No, but I'm gonna try to say that.
So basically, John's pissed. We cut from there. We go to the hospital with Clark and Lana.
This is what I mean. Hey, you want to go see your girlfriend, or I'm sorry, the girl that you have a crush on's boyfriend's dad who is dying while he is not even there?
Yeah, I'm game.
No, nobody's game.
Yeah, let's go see Mr. Foreman. Whitney's gonna be with us?
Why would Whitney be there? It's his dad. Why am I going?
So they walk in on the room, and Mr. Foreman is here on basically his deathbed as well.
Yes.
And so, constant theme here, as you know, old people, death.
Tyler should have touched him.
And so, Mr. Foreman thinks Whitney's here, but it's actually Clark.
Thanks, Lana, for dragging me to this.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gone.
This is not where I should be. This is really inappropriate.
But come to find out, Whitney was supposed to be here. He was supposed to meet up with them.
That doesn't make it better. Hey, let me go with the girl I have a crush on and her boyfriend to go see his dying father? What sounds like a good time to you out of that entire scenario?
You know, bro, honestly, he should be more mad at Lana for all this type of shit.
Thank you. And if Lana's like, Clark, I need you there, that's why you have a boyfriend.
Yeah. So I would be mad at Lana. Like, I would feel like Clark is just doing what any dude would.
If I'm Whitney, I'm pissed.
Exactly.
Like, if I'm Whitney, I'm losing it.
So Whitney has no balls. That's what we're saying right now.
If I walk in and I see Lana and Clark visiting my dying father together, I'm probably gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill somebody with my bare hands in that scene.
Yeah, dude.
That is awful. Think about just
Whitney,
that
get
thought.
the balls, dude. Lana's acting out of line.
So brutal.
What did Nell teach her?
To weld.
No, she should have. Maybe she'd be a functioning human being.
Well, maybe she just hasn't had.
I can't even talk shit about Lana. She somehow is a boss.
Yeah, I know. She has her own coffee
She's
shop.
a literal boss.
She's doing better than us, and she's 14. I hate her too.
God.
Now we're opening up to the next scene where it's Jonathan fixing his rod and reel. Because you know why? Jonathan is ready for this fishing trip. He's going to get out there. We're going to catch the big one, Clark. Are you pumped?
No.
Oh my God.
Hey, John. I'm not about it this year.
You remember this, though? This is your first fishing rod. You excited?
Yes, Dad. I'm really excited. I'm just can't wait.
I remember when I used to have to pry that out of your hands before you went to bed. Yeah, Dad, things have changed.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up. Oh, it's so surprising.
Well, and this is where now Clark thinks that this is his opening to move away from the fishing and say,
It's like, hey, Dad, why don't we do this?
let's do a deluxe box next Sunday watching the Metropolis Sharks. You in?
And of course, John's just not, what?
This is, like...
What? Like, we're not going to just immediately say yes.
Look, and it's like no worms, no cold mornings, no bad fishing, no bad seasickness, no any of that. Just us hanging out in the game, still having that father-son.
Like, me and you just going ham. And it's
Dude.
probably food provided.
Yes.
Everything.
And you're in the box where you'll never have that chance again.
And no one's going to be with you in the box. Right?
What? No, there's people there in the box, but you have your own seat still in the box. Yeah, you do have your own seats that you can still sit down. Sorry.
So they could have made connections, too.
Yeah, Jonathan could have actually asked people to
Lex
invest in his farm.
Luthor connections.
Yeah, could have asked help, but Jonathan...
No, because John being the way he is, you know they would have hated him.
Yeah, it's because he would look at them, show up in his flannel and jeans and say, what?
Unless Clark got him drunk to be cool and they rode a limo there.
Or unless he had that Nicodemus flower in his back pocket and he said, Dad, close your eyes.
Clark, did you fart? What if he poses like he farted? He put the flower under his pants, like, and then when he farted, he blew the dust on
That's
him.
not what's gonna happen. Why did you take my good joke and then you made it? I hate you.
Why wouldn't he do that?
Why would
Magic,
he do that?
magic, Dad.
So now Jonathan is of course saying, was this somebody that was a Luther
That gave you these? Because obviously Clark's not gonna just show up with these out of nowhere. Oh, hey, guess what about your buddy Luther? He investigated our family, and Clark's like,
I actually
yeah.
love this response.
Yeah,
I forgot. This was actually a really bad response.
it really is, because, and he also remembered, like, oh, he's just a kid. Like, oh, dude, no, Dad, it's all good.
Dad, I got it. No, he already told me. I told him
promised.
we're good. Yeah.
John's like, you knew? You little asshole. Why did
Yeah,
you not
my
tell me?
brother-
And I'm just like, you got it. Okay, I agree with that.
He's investigating our family,
And you
Clark.
didn't want to tell me?
Our family.
Like, not just you, me, and your mom's.
And your mom. Do you want to know what my past is? I didn't know she was a TA.
He told me she was a TA. I wish she told me that.
And then Martha. I was the note taker after all.
Yeah, John's dumb. John is out of his mind. He's maybe out to lunch like a few times or
I
something.
love that this is a serious moment too.
But it makes sense, his like reaction, because dude, Clark, you're kind of dumb. And then so like,
Well,
Clark just totally flips it.
Well, and it's because he still is just so focused on the fishing.
Dad, I don't want to go fishing.
I'm not 9 years old anymore.
I only did it because of you. You might as well cry.
Yeah, and by the way, is that also an insult?
What?
This is also supposed to be like a mean scene where Jonathan's like, I'm going to bed. You just hurt my feelings. What Clark just said is, the only reason why I go fishing is because I love you and it makes you happy.
John's just like,
wait.
Dick.
I'm
gonna go to bed now.
I'm so confused with some of the lines. Like, if Clark would have been like, I think fishing's stupid. I don't want to do this anymore.
I think if maybe Clark just reacted like a normal person, like, Dad, listen, I know. It's like, oh, you know what? He could have lied. He could have just said, oh, but damn, it's such a natural reaction, bro. He clearly.
No, he really should have. I'm sorry, but I would have flipped that. The fact, once again, I can't let this go. We're still having a father-son
Exactly.
day.
Like,
We're
if he actually
still...
did it, like, he's like, Dad, like, we're still having a good time.
Yeah.
I just don't really like fishing.
And
I don't
if Clark
feel
was like, Lex isn't even going to be there.
Like, why don't we switch it up once? Like, maybe just, yeah. And Lex not even going to be there with him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you... I hate Jonathan. Do you understand where I'm at? Are you coming out of my boat now for the Jonathan hate?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Well, no, you know it's been there, dude. John's pretty
You're
dumb.
the one who's been, like, telling me how great Jonathan is, Taylor. Just wait.
In some episodes, and you know that's true.
He's been good in maybe one episode.
2.
You're going to have to give me number 2. I don't even know what number 1 is.
Dude, but you know there's those moments.
I know that there's one. So now we're back on Miss Sucks, which, by the way, once again, the shot is a horror shot of the creepy house.
Yeah, it's like the beginning when he's like kind of hovering over, about to approach her. So yeah, we're back at we're nighttime now, and of course the dog is alerted. Here's someone coming in. Now you immediately think, yeah, dog's dead.
So
also word to Shigaraki because he killed his dog too.
Like I said, Smallville based this all off of, or I'm sorry, My Hero based this all off of Smallville. It's the only thing that makes sense. Which
Shigaraki Tyler Randall, bro.
Oh my god.
He kills Pepper, turns her to ash, or him, whatever.
And this, to me, actually shows why Tyler is a bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
You can explain everything of him doing it for a good reason in his own head, but killing the dog is not a good reason.
That dog wasn't suffering.
He just wanted to kill the dog because it was annoying him.
Oh, you scared me earlier? You're still barking at me? Bye.
Tyler shows up to Mrs. Sykes. He hands her that water. She then says, "What are you doing here, Dreamboat?" And he bends down and he says, "I'm going to be able to end your pain, your suffering. All I want you to be able to do is take my hand."
You know,
I just don't like this.
I know you don't like it, but also can you, if they're actually like, yeah, I don't want to suffer anymore. I'm ready to go. Do you blame him? Like, why not?
He's
It's
known her
justified.
for 10 minutes. He doesn't know anybody's condition. He doesn't know what... Old people are crazy.
Dude.
They don't know even what day it is.
Well, clearly there's no doctor there, bro. So who's checking on her?
You could ask Mrs. Sykes, "Hey, who's president?" And she'd probably say Lincoln.
Yeah, Lincoln is 1860, right?
That's what I mean.
But so, yeah, basically Tyler puts her out of her misery and her suffering and turns her to ash.
I hate him.
Bye, Miss Sykes. Nice knowing you. Your cough annoyed me so much earlier when I handed you those pills that I wanted to kill you tonight. So I did.
The good news is I gave you one white rose that you could look at for about 10 seconds, though, and then I decided to kill you.
See this white rose? All right, look at this. Bye.
He covers her head.
Hey, look at this.
Close your eyes.
And so we go to commercial break after that, and clearly someone's going to walk in, obviously, on this scene.
Nobody walks in on this scene.
No, I'm saying, like, afterwards. Like, someone's eventually going to check on Miss Sykes. Like, oh, hey. Looks like she turned to ash.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Spontaneous combustion. That is a real thing in this episode that is fully discussed.
You know what's kind of nuts? Because, yeah, we do go into that, but that's kind of crazy how that actually does happen in real life.
I still need to see a footage of it. Like,
Who can even capture that? Okay. That has to be it's literally spontaneous. How can you be that?
In this day and age, there's drones everywhere.
Damn, you think someone's got someone?
Someone has to have footage of this.
So after commercial break, we come back into the Kent house, and it's morning. Apparently, John left to work early.
He's avoiding Clark, though, obviously.
He is. Oh, for sure. Because Martha knows they're in a fight.
And Martha, I'm not going to play referee between you. You guys need to be able to work this out. And I love that Clark thinks he's going to be able to backtalk Martha here. He's the one that's being unreasonable. Listen, Clark, your mom's not going to take your side.
Well, she even points out y'all are both stubborn.
Yeah,
so clearly
you're both the same attitude here.
And John's probably, saying the same shit on his end.
Exactly, which she's probably like, I'm not listening to this about my son.
And so she basically just kind of gives him a little, hey, he wasn't that close to his dad, so I think you should try to resolve this because y'all need to talk more.
Well, they said that he was slightly close to his father, but there were still things that were left unsaid, even on the deathbed.
Like they never actually talked.
Yes, about their true feelings, where now Jonathan has always had that as a burden because he was never able to tell his father how he truly felt.
True. Yep. And so he gets to thinking. He gets to thinking about what he's going to do.
This entire theme is just letting go.
It really is.
This entire theme should just have the Frozen song in the background.
Let it go! Let it go!
That's all I need. We are now back at the school, though.
Smallville High!
Where you have your favorite person finally in the episode. We have Chloe and Pete, Mr. Pete.
I signed out once he showed up. I was like, what's happening in this episode now?
And this is where we are getting the explanation of the spontaneous combustion.
Yeah, Chloe read about Miss Sykes turning into ash. And so there's other things, and she thinks it's spontaneous combustion.
Clark and them think that she's full of it and a liar. She then says, well, look at this news report from 1978. This actually did happen. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, Clark.
Isn't this Pete's only scene in the episode?
Yeah, but we don't really need him for any other scene, right?
We don't need him ever.
No, we do need him because he has to write that article for everybody.
I just want to point out, remember last week as Chloe's fashion catastrophe? Pete's back. She's normal.
So, you're going strong with this theory here.
Oh, yeah. He keeps her in check.
Pete is the one that dresses Chloe.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he's gay.
That's not, you can't go with that.
Why?
I swear to God, if Pete makes out with the girl, and then you're going to lose.
What do you think? He's Metro?
No. Yeah, he's Metro.
A little Metro?
I would say Metro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can go with that.
Okay, yeah.
A little Metro.
He's queer eye for the straight guy, but the straight guy. But he's a part of the gang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gay gang.
But straight.
Yeah, that's a good gang, bro.
Hey, that gang makes money.
They would throw down.
Yeah,
bro.
they
would throw down.
But seriously, Pete's one of them. But
right.
straight.
Hopefully, dude. But so after that, they're just gonna go investigate into the ash catastrophe, and so now we have Lex unannounced at the Kent farm, and John is already pissed. Soon as he hears Lex talk, bro,
Lex is just waving his hand. Hey, John. Hey, man.
Throwing hay bales at him. Hey, catch this, Lex.
Oh, my God. Got strong hands, right?
Yeah, and so basically, now, it's basically Lex defending himself because obviously John is talking about, hey, you investigated my family. What the hell?
Well, and this is where I like Lex quite a bit in this because Lex takes it.
He does.
He knows that he has investigated their family, where he says, I've just kind of envied your family. I'm sorry if I've done anything that would hurt you, that would be able to put your trust against me. Well, if you're so envious of us, then why are you investigating us behind our back? Lex even mentions, I was just so interested in the accident that happened on the bridge that I had a few theories behind it. I mentioned it to Clark. That was all that happened. I even told Clark, I'm sorry I wasn't upfront. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
John still, what's sad about this too is that it's Lex and Clark having a secret that's not included with Jonathan.
It's true.
Where Jonathan is the third wheel on this thing.
Well, see, no, what really hurts is it's a family secret. Like, you know what I mean? Because he's investigating his family and neither him or Martha even know. You know what I mean? Like,
it's true.
That's gonna hurt. I feel like Martha should be even pissed too.
Yeah, but Martha doesn't care.
Of course she doesn't, but it's like, John will do all the angry for us.
You know why Martha doesn't care? Because Martha wants to go to the football game.
Damn it! Should have asked me. Save those for Mother's Day.
Clark, I'm right here.
Save those for Mother's Day.
I got the jersey.
And dude, yeah, Lex just takes it, man, and you really feel bad for him too because
I don't feel bad for him.
What actually shows he really does care. He could have lost his shit with John and maybe copped some attitude there, but come on, he really is jealous of that family bond. And
this is for the. I'm not getting it. And then next.
You know what? Screw you, dude. Screw you, bro.
I'm not getting it.
You don't feel sorry for Lex?
I don't feel
His
sorry.
only picture with his dad is in the company annual report.
I don't care. Take better photos.
Dude, his dad hates him.
Maybe if he had hair.
He has
had
two
more
dads
photos.
that hate him.
Maybe he just doesn't want a bald guy in his photos.
Exactly. That's what I said.
That's looks. It's not love.
And so after that scene, Lex walks out. We have Clark.
I'm fast forwarding the scene.
We have Clark coming to comfort Whitney because we come to find out Whitney's just shooting hoops instead of going to see his dad.
All right. Whitney has full on point here.
He does.
And I actually completely agree with this point where he doesn't want to see his dad because all he wants to do is remember
the good, like the healthy dad.
Well, the strong guy. The
Yeah.
one that he's always looked up to ever since he was a kid, where if I go to the hospital, I'm going to see somebody in pain and suffering, and I don't want to see that.
Yeah. And
so
that's not how I want to remember him.
It's reserving the image of what you want to see them as, which I completely agree with. It is really messed up, but people do deal with this in certain ways.
Oh, yeah, and that is very common.
Yeah,
that's
so
common.
Not an
That's
abnormal
usually
thing.
the go-to new mentality of it, really, to be honest.
Well, I wouldn't want to, like, again, if you,
it's at least hard to do it, you know?
Yeah, because it does change, like, and you still then have those type of memories where you don't want those memories.
Yeah, exactly. And I do like, even with his good point, even Clark does, you know,
Well,
put
Clark
some
acknowledges.
rebuttal. He does acknowledge
Yes.
it, but he does a little rebuttal. He's like, you know what? I get it. You know, I get it, but I would take just the person in general any day.
Well, instead of just having the memory or the dream reliving in your head, I would rather be able to sit across from that person
And still make
be able to,
still make more.
And still talk to them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I get it. I just, once again, Clark, you are overstepping your boundaries.
It's unbelievable. It's so nice. You know, he does such nice things sometimes, but man, he oversteps.
So crossing the line of personal boundaries. And it also makes me do this, by the way. If I'm Whitney, I'd probably break up with Lana.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro.
I would probably break, because
at least with Whitney, Lana sucks as a girlfriend.
Yeah. Where even with Clark, it's like, this dude's even coming up to me where he's comforting me better than my girlfriend because she's just working at the Talon trying to make moves on you, Clark, and you are the one out here trying to comfort me.
Clark should have been like, you don't deserve this, Letterman.
What if Clark was like, you know what, we can be better without her.
Hey, yeah, screw Lana, right?
Screw Lana.
She's been leading me on. She sucks to you.
You know what?
I'll invite Chloe.
and Pete.
Oh, Pete would be so down, dude. Captain of the football team. Lex would leave Smallville. It's like, yeah, Clark, I'm good. I thought you were cool.
Alright, so
after Clark basically drops the basketball mic on Whitney with that, we have Chloe walking up. Look what I found at the Daily Planet. Body disappears from the morgue. It's the same evidence, the ash from the coroner.
It is the coroner. And this same ash is Mr. Sykes. Let's go check out the house ourselves.
See how she bit her lip as she said that?
I did. And I even put that in my notes. She is so turned on right now by dead bodies.
Oh, bruh.
She is really...
They have a weird reaction to these dead bodies.
She is like, oh my god, did somebody die? Nicodemus,
Clark,
who needs that flower?
Clark, do you want to go look together? I told Pete we're busy.
He doesn't have to come.
Yeah.
Now we are back
Thank
to Mrs.
God.
We are back to Mrs. Sykes' house, where she's just taking photos because nobody is as good of an investigator as Velma, aka Chloe. Nobody has sealed off the scene. Nobody has done anything. Nobody has cleaned the sheets.
She is 14, 15 years old. Who is letting her do things like this?
7 years on the torch. She has been working to be able to have this type of reputation where people trust her. Once again, she can ask one of the police officers to prom if she wants.
Oh my
She has
God.
that capability.
She's an idiot.
Well, we are now getting into them questioning of exactly what still transpired.
Clark realized Pepper's
Where's Pepper?
not around. She would be barking like crazy.
Also, we're not going to clean up the scene, so we're not going to clean up any ash if we're the detectives or the cops. We're just going to say that person disappeared. Here's some ash. Let's go.
Yeah. And she goes, oh, don't tell me that's Pepper's ashes. Yuck. That's yuck?
Yeah, the person's ashes.
That part's yuck?
She wants to like bathe in the person's ashes, but yet the dog's ashes, she says ew to.
Oh. And so Clark notices the white rose.
Yeah, because Tyler, way to give yourself away, you idiot.
Memento? What a memento, bro. Is this M.O.? I'm death. Here's my white rose.
Here's a white rose.
Yeah, good job.
See, that would be cool. Why doesn't he do that? Why don't we have an episode of Tyler killing not just old people, but everybody and leaving the white rose?
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Imagine white hair, too.
Ooh, and instead of a white rose, it's a red rose, and then he calls himself Tuxedo Mask, and it's from Sailor Moon.
Or what if it's red rose and it turns into a white rose?
Ooh, when they die. Ooh, that's how you know.
And he just has to touch them, though. It won't be like an ash thing. They just eventually die. And you can tell by the rose.
Now we're cooking. We're on.
I'm a little hard right now.
I'm into this.
All right. And so after that, they're like, oh, we need to go find Tyler. So Martha is separate, going back to Mobile Meals, and is going to the back to hang up some produce.
Marty comes out and he's like, hey, what are you doing here, Martha? Well, I decided to show up here. I had a little bit of extra that I need to come and deliver. What is Tyler doing in the produce?
Is he fondling the fruit?
Oh my God.
He popped up really
Man,
guilty.
He's like sweating. He's like sweating.
He is sweating.
Yes.
Dude.
What is he doing?
What did he do to the watermelons and cantaloupe back there, dude?
Look at him. He's like so confused.
And she goes, Tyler, what are you doing here? Like, you know he works here. But also, this is my thing about the powers, too.
Yeah,
Is it living, like, organisms? Is it like a living thing that has life in it?
Because, obviously, whenever he touched the basket still stayed intact.
Yeah.
It was just... Okay.
So it has... So, organic. So it's a mix of, like, overhaul and decay. Or Shigaraki, I should say.
Interesting. So, I still don't like his power because of how he uses it.
Okay, yeah.
And I wish he should have grabbed Martha in this scene, too.
It would just be cooler, too, to make this someone reoccurring.
Yeah, like, and even with the accident here with Marty then trying to grab Tyler's running out, then he turns to ash. That wasn't even him that killed him.
Yeah.
Which is why it bothers me. And
yeah, that's true. So the thing was that Martha sees him decay on the fruit, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're the one who killed Sykes. That was you. You're a murderer."
I just don't understand why, in this case, Tyler has two decisions to make. One, it's to run at Martha where you kill her. Two, is to immediately leave. You can only make two decisions here. You can't do a stutter step and a walking slow towards Martha.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Things are already happening really fast. So you have to be really quick with your next moment. Tyler doesn't do that. Tyler becomes, where then Clark obviously runs, shows up. Tyler
touches him.
They have a weird showdown of eye kissing. And
eye kissing?
I don't want to say the other word because they weren't truly eye fucking. They were just kissing. So that's where they have that stare down. Tyler then puts his hand on his face. He's like, "You're going down."
And it's like going black.
It was gray.
Was it?
It was gray.
Gray?
I wonder what would happen if you took away just half of Clark's face.
Dude, that was nuts. So yeah, it looks like it's trying to decay him, but him being, an alien, Kryptonian, it probably just obviously doesn't work that way.
I'm going to lose my mind. What if this is how Cyborg Superman was created? Oh, and he had the touch. And this is the alternate reality version. Could be. Clark then loses half his head. We're on to something. See, Smallville, next time hit us up, because then you could have made this an alternate reality episode.
No, hit us up for the animated.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, consultants.
Yeah, we could do the voice of Chloe and Pete.
You know what my thing was in that? God, no. Why would you do that?
Well, Chloe can't be the voice, and Pete obviously is probably busy with his acting career.
You know what I didn't like about that scene, though? So after Tyler touches his face, Clark tosses him, and you're telling me he ran away that quick, and Clark can't just use X-ray vision again and see where he's at?
It's because Clark only wants to use it when it's not even convenient.
I mean, I know he's worried about his mom, but whatever. So after that scene, we went on a brief commercial break there. We're opening up to John walking up to the barn, and Clark is writing something?
Well,
Is he doing poetry about his dad being mad at him?
and it's just funny because now we have probably one of the most awkward moments in Smallville history.
Just give me Brokeback Mountain vibes.
Is it because John's pants and shirt are too tight right now?
Dude, something's suffocating.
And now they're just going through kind of, Jonathan, what happened? Clark, well, I wasn't able, I almost died. And now we seem to find out that Tyler was also dead.
Yeah,
And
his heart doesn't beat.
And he was able to be alive still. And it felt like the life force was being drained out of me. And this is... I don't even...
John
I can't
reaches...
even, I
what is he
can't
trying
even,
to
I
do?
don't
Like,
even know. I'm like speechless because I hated that. What was he trying to do?
he's like, are you okay?
Clark, is that you?
You try to touch his face, and Clark's like,
What?
do you beat your son, actually?
Yeah, we all know Jonathan tried to be... Again, they have a really rough upbringing here. But this is a really weird moment for me.
Yeah, it's just a weird conversation. And I get what they're trying to do, but I just feel like it's not working as well as it should be.
It's a very strange offer. When he tries to... and then Jonathan, okay, he doesn't want me to touch his face. He then walks away.
And Clark's like, Dad? And does that whole... nothing.
And then looks away. Like, look how long he looks away.
And John does that thing too where he turned it around so quickly, like, yeah? And the way he's like, just so sad after he says nothing.
First, he's saying, I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna look. Look at his face.
Oh my god.
What is this?
It's like they broke up. They literally broke up.
I don't...
And so after that cringe scene, we get to the Talon. Clark shows up there, because obviously, awkward moment with Dad, I need some coffee.
And good thing Lana's just about to leave, because here's a free cup of joe. You think that's why Clark always wants to go when Lana's working, because he gets free stuff?
Yeah, and so Lana's going to, or she heard about mobile meals, but she's about to go to Metropolis to go to the hospital. Is that what she said?
Yes, because Whitney was able to finally feel ready to be able to speak with Lana, because he was able to talk to Clark to get his feelings out, not his own girlfriend.
Yeah, and Lana's like, thank you for talking to him.
Thank you for being the best
I'm gonna go hang out with my
ever.
boyfriend now.
Oh my god, I wonder if he's in the mood.
Yeah. So Lex shows up and talks to Clark. He's like, hey, I need to talk to you about the Sharks game. Is your dad coming?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Clark's not sure. Because honestly, yeah, John didn't really say no or yes.
And I love that, Lex. All right, well, the offer's rescinded. You're going fishing with your dad. Goodbye.
Yeah. He's like, go fishing with your dad.
Yeah, and Clark is just really confused. But this is where Lex then kind of chalks up his previous bragging story to this, which is, my father really never loved me.
Yeah.
He really just gave me...
Don't get caught. Don't cause a scandal. Those are the type of things he would tell me.
He gave me no limitations.
That's not love. That's public relations, bro.
That's not love. That's grounded.
That's public relations.
It's not public relations. I was grounded. That's the only difference that Lex is telling Clark right now. Hey, I didn't get grounded. You are. So go fishing with your dad.
I still love Lex.
Now,
You won't ruin him for me.
Clark finally realizing maybe I should be giving my dad another chance.
We haven't been here in a while.
This is also an awful scene.
We're back at the cemetery.
This is a terrible scene.
And Whitney's at Lana's parents' grave.
And this is how you know Lana doesn't love him. She didn't introduce him to her
She's
parents.
like, yeah, you know, I've never been here before. And you think about, oh, who did you bring here, Lana?
Oh, hey Lana, I don't remember you talking to your father with Whitney now.
Yeah, when you made that subtle gay joke that your dad made to Clark, huh?
What is... Yeah.
You remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah. And so basically, they're talking. Lana tells him, go see your dad.
So
Come on.
Whitney shows up at the cemetery. Lana comes up, gives him a hug, says, go see your dad. Whitney says, you're right, and then leaves. So he was there for a total of about 30 seconds. He was there for no...
Lana, you want me to go see my dad?
Okay. I don't want to be out in the cold anymore. Hey, you want to come with me? No. Okay, peace.
Yeah, I'm going to stay right here.
What is... This is so terrible.
Dude, dope scene, huh?
And then the scene gets worse. So, man...
So Whitney, walks away. Nice kiss on the forehead.
Yeah, that's so adorable.
Oh.
I want to kiss, like, somewhere else.
Damn, dude. Under
Yeah.
the peacoat?
Cheek.
Cheek.
Pervert.
And so Lana's moving up to her parents' grave, and someone shows up. unannounced, of course.
This is so awful. He just does peekaboo with Lana, where, hey, did you say somebody was suffering and dying?
I heard someone suffering.
Was it old? I heard old. I heard father. Was it a father?
Dad? Sick?
You know what? It's an old person. I want to kill them.
What are they sick with? Actually, never mind. I don't need to know.
I don't need to know their history.
And so, come to find out, Lana sees that Tyler is here at the cemetery. And basically saying, look, I heard Whitney's dad's suffering. Let me help him out. I gotta do it. I'm gonna need my fix.
This is just... I don't even understand the fix. It's not even a draining a Sean's hose freezer. It's not anything like that where he needs the body warmth. He doesn't need a kill. He just has...
How does he disappear like that?
Because
she turned around for literally half a second.
Because he like ducked down and then did an army crawl.
See,
out
that's
of there.
that's why that's why it would have been much better if he actually was some type of phantom or whatever.
If he was dead.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they had originally written, and then they go, you know what, we can't really make that.
Special effects, dude. Maybe.
Yeah, they didn't have the budget for this episode.
Sure. Probably not.
Probably not. Spend it all on jitters.
So now we're at the mansion again, and Lex is giving a nice little drink to Dominic.
Well,
and Dominic's just in his shit, like he's in his computer.
30-year-old single malt.
Yeah, because Lex just knows about this shit at 21, right?
Yeah, and Dominic knows nothing after working with Lionel.
Which I don't even know why I'm questioning that. He would know that.
Do you know what that means? I don't know what that means.
30-year-old single. I mean, it's just like, it's obviously age. It's
what's
age.
single malt mean?
Oh, it's a milkshake.
I like it there.
Yeah, dude. 30-year-old milkshake.
No.
And so, basically, Lex pulls a nice little move here.
What does he give him?
Roofie.
He does.
It's basically a roofie.
He decides to roofie Dominic because what Lex is now explaining is that, did you know in Persia, they would kill the messenger if they received news that they didn't like? Which is fair. I probably would do the same. What did you just tell me?
Okay, you're dead.
Yeah. Take this person. I wouldn't be a messenger.
And so Lex is like, yeah, enjoying your drink. And Dominic just drank it. And so clearly showing he put something in his drink.
If you're a messenger, would you go up to another king and says, hey, our king's going to declare war on you. Bye.
You're dead.
I don't think I would deliver that message.
And so, okay, so now after that, we go to the torch. And now are we going to get the explanation from Chloe?
Yes.
Your friend Tyler's been busy. I mean, he tried to kill his mother, rose from the dead, and escaped from the morgue busy.
And that's where we also find out that Tyler's mother did not die with the suffocation
of
the
right.
pillow.
She
and
ended
in
up
fact,
recovering.
She is still alive.
Also, dude, we're at the torch this late. What is the deal? They're all three there?
Well, yeah, her buddy Chad works weekends for the ME. So this
that's the hospital.
Yeah, so she was able to get that information.
I'm talking about why are they in the torch right now?
She has a key.
Oh my
what do you
God,
mean?
dude, I don't
7
understand.
years of this work, Joseph.
Dude,
she has a key.
She's 14.
It's her office. Her office is the biggest.
They're
in
all
the school.
14.
By the way, is there even a class taught in there? There's like
There's
7
no-
computers. Why is there? Does she hire anybody?
There's no class in there, for sure.
They're supposed to be, and she hasn't.
My buddy Chad works. Dude, who is your buddy Chad?
Alright.
What other friends do you have?
So, besides the painkillers found in his system, they also found fragments of an unknown green stone. That is where
Embedded in his
they
skin.
obviously meteor rocks. If that's the case, then why aren't the dead bodies in Smallville rising from their graves? Which is true because all of the ground would be meteor.
Right.
I think it's the lethal combo of
shit.
painkillers and meteor rocks that caused Tyler to pull a thriller.
Interesting.
They say it's that.
So, maybe that's our villain name, dude. PainKiller.
Ooh, yeah. He makes you overdose.
Tyler Randall is PainKiller.
Yes.
That's good.
That is good.
All right. Okay, so then that power, so will we call that kryptonite painkillers? Because technically it's kryptonite or kryptonite plus painkillers.
Taking kryptonite plus painkillers plus dying.
Formula? Kryptonite death. We'll call that, and I'll explain it. Kryptonite. Dude, what a combination here.
I told you, I can't believe they explained it that way too. Like that's just, oh no, it's like some pills. And what pills was Tyler on? What was it? Because now I'm more curious about what he was taking. Because Tyler does have some serious mental issues. So should we get to the bottom of what pills he's taking?
Bro, he pulled a Thriller. He's Michael Jackson.
And if it's Thriller!
And so, basically, Clark investigates, like, yeah, so his mom, tried and failed, but she's recovered enough to be sent home.
This is so awful. Why would they leave his mom alive?
And then Lana walks in, and he's like, hey, some guy, that Tyler guy, I think he's gonna go kill Whitney's dad.
Well, where are you going?
And then she looks at Chloe. It's like, don't look at me. He does that all the time.
Where do you think he's going, Lana?
Does no one question his ass?
Where do you think he's going, Lana?
Clearly the hospital.
Why would you think that, Joseph?
Oh, maybe because you just said it, Lana?
Oh, damn it. I forgot the stove.
I'm going home, actually. So, yeah, we actually pull up to the hospital. Whitney is showing up with for his dad. Finally.
What a sweet moment. Where the sweet moment is then ruined because PainKiller is behind the door. And how long has he been here? Like, if he was truly just waiting, how long has he been there?
He could have killed Whitney's dad.
He could have killed Whitney's dad at any moment. And then this scene where Whitney, who are you? I've come to help your father. I just want to take away his pain. Get out of here! What is this?
And he knocks him out
you could
so
have
quick.
killed Whitney's dad then if you didn't want an audience.
That's true.
If you didn't want anybody to fight, how long were you standing behind the door, weirdo?
I know what you're feeling. It's not good.
How much it hurts.
Dude, this is basically the wimpy Shigaraki.
This is wimpy Shigaraki if he just killed old people in their retirement home. That's, yeah. And
so we go to commercial break.
After he was taking off his garden gloves.
Yeah, he's just wearing those everywhere. It's hilarious.
Yeah, everybody wears garden gloves wherever you go because you couldn't have leather gloves and drive a motorcycle because that would have been too badass, especially if the motorcycle said death on it and his jacket said PainKiller. Oh my lord. Ultimate villain. Can you say Ghost Rider has competition?
I was about to say, this is what it sounds like. Put some studs on there, bro.
I'm saying
maybe a nice whip.
Well, I don't want him to have a
whip.
whip. I don't want him
No, you want him to be just like Ghost Rider.
I didn't say that.
Come on, dude. Oh, this episode, man, it's just been really shitty.
I told you, there's nothing that goes on in this episode, which is why it makes us appreciate those great episodes even more. Stray probably deserves that IMDb rating because this was the episode right after where
we need to look at that.
People compared it and go, ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, this is. Ooh.
Oh.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sorry. Dude, I'm gonna definitely find out. I'm gonna find out the rating so we have it at the end.
Yeah, because it better be a 6.
A 6?
It better be a 6.5 at the very most.
Dude, yeah, we gonna see.
But there's no way it's crossing into 70 territory.
We'll see.
Look at your face after looking at it.
I said we'll see, dude.
You're so serious now.
We'll see. And so, okay.
All right.
So we get to Clark speeding up to the hospital, immediately, speeds up right behind a nurse.
He magically saw her.
He magically saw her. I don't get it.
Right before her back was turned.
He is moving that fast, so you would have enough time to react, I guess. Would he not?
Going to a regular motion. I hate God. This is what I mean. Too fast!
And so we barge in, and Clark is already throwing Tyler around because, hey, he knows what he's about to do.
He seriously shows up. He just throws Tyler across the room. Tyler then is like, what, Clark? This is your friend, right? They told me.
I swear he needs to be put out of his misery.
I can give everyone peace.
I have to help him.
And Clark just does the one punch where you would think that would shatter Tyler's ribs. Tyler, nope. I'm still alive. And now Clark goes on, you're stealing Whitney's last chance to be with his father. Did he just say Clark? He knows who Clark is?
He met him at Mobile Meals.
Oh, okay.
You idiot.
I'm just making sure here. I don't understand anything that Tyler does, which is why I'm just making sure that they knew each other.
But see, then he brings up his mom, and that's when Clark says, but your mom's alive, man. You don't have to do this.
He didn't even know his own mother was alive. He didn't even thought about looking that up or even going to her funeral or anything. And you're asking me, well, Taylor, of course he knows Clark. He doesn't even know his mom.
Shitty son. Shitty son. And so, yeah, Clark brings Tyler to his mom. And Tyler's like, wow. He's like, she's alive. She seems so peaceful.
What if he went and grabbed another pillow? And then just, we need to end this.
So I got my second chance to do this again. Thanks, Clark.
Clark's like, what are you doing?
Dude! But see, come on, man. He does this. He pulls an Obi-Wan. He pulls an Obi-Wan Kenobi right now.
This is so bad.
He pulled the Hail Mary.
And would this even affect him? If his other hand can do this already, how would this affect him?
You tell me he hasn't touched his face once.
Exactly. He didn't have an itching of the eye, dirt in it.
Well, maybe he's dead. He doesn't feel anything. Maybe
he couldn't sneeze.
So yeah, basically he puts his hand together and
he has garden gloves on at all times.
He turns himself to ash. So, bye, Tyler. You died in the first 5 minutes, and then you died in the last 5.
Thanks for the fun.
Yeah. See ya.
And now
guess what? Your mom knows. Guess your mom's gonna wake up. She's like, "My son's dead twice."
I think it would have been better if he tried to suffocate her with the pillow.
That would have been so funny.
That would have been amazing.
They would be like, "Okay, you need to die. You need to actually die."
He just goes, "Yeah, Clark, thanks for bringing me."
Dang, thanks for doing this for me, man.
Thanks, just walking
over
dude,
to
bed.
How can I ever repay you?
Mom, I miss
Mom,
you.
shh.
She's gonna make a full recovery.
Mom, don't wake up. Shh. And so we go to the finals, or pretty much one of the final scenes here. Lionel, that boy that shows up. Where are we behind? A construction building or like?
This actually looks like the same Lionel. This looks like Lionel's place. If I'm being honest, looks like his building here in Metropolis. I think that's where they are.
Probably, yeah. They're in some weird alleyway where they're pretty secluded, and they're going back and forth. Lex is like, stop playing these games. Why are you investigating me? Sending your lackeys.
And Lex even goes, listen, I think, Dad, you don't know who you're messing with at this point. Lionel, what? I was just looking into a matter here, Lex. I can audit whoever I want. It's my company. Lex immediately says, if you ever decide to mess with the Kents again, you will regret it. I have actually made friends with Smallville. I think that threatens you. You are no longer going to be a part of me anymore.
I'm not dependent on you anymore, Dad.
Lex, you'll always be my son.
And you'll always need me.
Yeah, right. But let's also go back to Dominic here.
Yeah, aren't you going to ask about him?
Where's your right-hand man?
You don't want to ask about him?
He didn't show up to work this morning, did he?
It's like, guess what? Check the trunk.
Here are the keys. Wouldn't it be cool if Dominic was just cut up, though?
I thought he was going to be dead.
Me too. I think it would have been much better if he
I'd be like, okay, Lex is turning dark.
And by the way, wouldn't it have been great, too, if Lionel then did his laugh, and he was like, well played, Lex. You'd be like, this is a messed up family.
Yeah, this father-son duo, they don't deserve pictures together.
That's cross the line. You did it last episode with shotgun in the face.
My God.
That's what I mean. You can't
say threatening a kid. I'll drop him. I'll drop him right now.
You can't tell me that you can't put a dead body in a trunk.
Yeah. Literally, Lionel tells him, well played. See you later.
Alligator.
Yeah. And Lex is just like, whatever, dude. You suck.
Lex then walks away. Lionel then smiles. He looks at Dominique and
he shuts the trunk door on him.
It's the thing again.
And wow, our final scene of the episode, what do we get? We get a mock game of Whitney in a Metropolis Sharks uniform and the team playing a scrimmage game so that Whitney's dad can watch before his untimely death at some point.
When this scene started, I thought Whitney was dying and this was his Make-A-Wish Foundation type thing.
Oh my God.
That's what I really thought in this scene. Because it's also like, hey, Dad, how you feel? Never better, son. I get to see you in that Sharks uniform. Best day of my life. It's a shame, Whitney. Did you tell him about the scholarship?
Yeah. Remember how some dude who's your girlfriend's friend just like totally convinced you to come see me?
The only thing that I do like about this scene that I find very endearing is my moment here with Lex and John.
Yeah. It's pretty good, huh?
Listen, why don't you just cut it out over there, Pete Lover?
That is you, bro.
All right, so now we have a very nice moment here where Jonathan walks up. Did you organize all of this? Yes, I did. Well, I'm very impressed with you, Lex.
I think doesn't he say he's proud of him?
I thought you said impressed. Either way, it's one of them where he actually makes a very endearing comment towards Lex.
Makes a little genuine reaction, like wow.
Well, and he goes, "That means a lot coming from you, Mr. Kent."
He like takes a deep breath. He's like, "Damn, feels good."
And Lex mentions one more time, "I just wanted to let you know that I did close the book on that bridge investigation.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry." But John then questions once again, "Why were you even looking into it to begin with?"
And Lex goes, "That day was a miracle.
I wanted to be able to look into one to see if I'm
Haven't you ever wanted to find out what happens with miracles?" And he's just like, "Nah, I'm good.
Don't look into it again."
I just accept the fact that they just do happen."
I like Lex, though, where he's like, "You don't need to have the explanation. You don't need to explain yourself every time, Lex." And Lex immediately says, "Thanks. Takes his time. I'm going to leave now."
Well, no, I like what he says, though. He says you don't need to have an explanation for everything, but that's the thing. Lex does. Lex will always need an explanation for everything.
I still like that he took that moment to say, "I'm going to take my compliments and leave," before Jonathan gets really mad at
He's going to hit me again in like 5 or 10
Yeah,
minutes.
I got to go now. I'm taking this. No take backs.
Dude. And then, of course, we have Clark and Lana.
I don't ever want to see this scene. This scene is so... Okay.
Dude.
All right.
Dude.
All right. So this is why it bothers me so much. Where you're watching your boyfriend's father watch
scrimmage game, and it's with your friend, but you know he has a crush on you.
But
And
you're doing it for a dying dad of your boyfriend in front of you.
And y'all are sitting together.
And you're supposed to be watching the game while Whitney's the one throwing the passes, going, "Dad, did you see that?" And then he looks above and Lana's kissing you on the cheek. I am breaking up with Lana.
Lana doesn't deserve anyone right
Because
now.
the one who organized this, who was who?
Clark.
And Lex.
Technically.
And Lex together. Because Clark mentioned it to Lex. Lex made it happen. Lana, what are you doing? You are doing nothing. Listen.
Lana deserves no love. But yeah, so, and of course Clark's like, yeah, it has its advantages, you know, being friends with a Luther. And she goes, "Wow, let me kiss you on the cheek now. You know, what was that for?"
"I love you like a brother."
It was just for being you. Like, okay.
Oh, you know what I can't wait for? The closure on the fishing trip.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is what I really look forward to.
So, yeah, after Clark and Lana, he goes up to make up with his daddy.
Oh, my God.
Daddy John.
Daddy John?
Daddy John.
Well, Clark, for the fishing trips, I don't think that we ever have to do with that again.
Oh, yeah, we're just going to sum this up. Basically, John just wants to make sure he spends time with Clark as his son because, yeah, he did that with his dad, but they never really talked.
Yeah, but he couldn't do that at a football game, Joseph. Remember that.
Yeah, that's right. It's too loud, and it's by a Luther.
Oh, my God. I hate this.
Bro, I'd be so mad. I'd be like, you know, this conversation was cool and all that. I'm glad we're tight again.
But
remember that game?
Yeah, we still, and now...
I would literally go to Lex right now. I was like, "Hey, Lex, can I have those tickets still?"
Oh, yeah. And instead of us getting the game in the box seat, we now get to watch Whitney be quarterback.
Yeah, I'm going to pull Lana out. John will stay here. Y'all made up, right? Y'all made up, right? So, yeah.
This episode is ended. This episode is awful. What is that IMDb rating?
It was 7.3.
Oh, that's still pretty low for IMDb, though.
It was 7.3. I'm going to give that a 6.
That was a brutal one. That was just brutal to have to get through. And that's just because he is so... I'm a villain that likes to end old people's life because I let them not have pain.
5.5.
Yeah. You're still going down.
5.5. That's final.
This is...
That's a 5.5 for me, dude.
All right. You know what? I will be very shocked if we have anybody listen to this one.
Dude, but as always, we thank you for listening. And
I'm not thanking. I need negative comments.
Yeah, if you actually listen, please explain why you did.
Yeah. I need an explanation on why you like this episode.
We need to understand why.
But this is going to be the end where I'm hoping are going to get to something good because it looks like a lot of high school drama next episode.
Next episode, 18, is Drone. I have no idea what it's about. Apparently Clark is going to be running for class president.
I know. I'm going to get high school drama.
We're going to be running for class president.
I'm into this.
This episode was something else, man.
I'm into this.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Woo! I mean, I wonder if we're going to have a kryptonite power in that.
I don't care. At this point, don't give me a kryptonite power if you're going to give me that. Give
Can
me
we just-
shotgun in the face.
Can we just learn about Krypton already?
No!
I want Krypton already. I want the terms. I want the language. I want it all.
I want to know about suffering of the old people. Let it go! Let it
PainKiller.
go!
PainKiller did his job.
PainKiller was awful.
He deserves a raise. He
For-
pulled an Obi-Wan, dude.
For what? For jerking off on the produce?
Man, all right. Well, thanks again for listening. We are out. Catch you next week.
Tune in!